Wala pa, ma'am.
Wala pa, ma'am.
But why? Charot, kajata. Kamotrohon. Kana, can you see the screen?
Dili
Dili
gyapon,
pa gid,
ma'am.
Ah,
Kana, ma'am. Kana, ma'am.
okay na?
Wala pa Japon.
Nawala, ma'am.
Nawala. O, diba? Bisa ng mga technology ka.
Unsay mong gamit ni
Kana.
ma'am PC?
Nana?
Wala gyapon,
Wala pa
ma'am.
gid, ma'am.
Alara.
Nana?
Wala pa, ma'am.
Ma'am, ga loading lang siya, ma'am.
Ako na lang i-share ako ang entire screen.
Ako na, ma'am.
Sige, tell me if Nana.
Yes, ma'am.
Nana?
Wala
Share
pa Japon, ma'am.
Christine Jane Molo.
Ay, na. Si Christine Molo.
Asa man si Miss Molo? Do not share screen. Kajut lang. Nana?
Naana,
Yes.
ma'am.
Wala. Kana, okay na na.
Ay na.
Na, ma'am.
Sige.
Yes, ma'am.
Ay mo. Sige. So this is your
Off na mic, ma'am.
social. Sige. Thank you. So this is your social 138 class, quantitative research methods. And I will be your instructor for this course. I am John Vivian S. Belderon, and I am a faculty of the Sociology and Social Science Department. So briefly, I am connected with the Social Science Department, Social Science program of the Sociology and Social Science Department. And I am also at the same time the Faculty Associate of the Office of the Vice President for Research, Extension, and International Affairs. What else? Sige. Let's go directly. I already viewed this man in the Google Classroom. Let's go directly to what we will be discussing this morning. So there are 4 things. First is an overview of the course. Second, your expected deliverables. Third, your learning modality and submissions. And then 4 is student etiquette. Okay, follow so far. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Pera,
Yes, ma'am.
sige.
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Sige,
Follow
let's
me,
go
ma'am.
to the overview of the course. So, in your Google Classroom, I gave you this preliminary activity. And when I checked last night, there were already 26 submissions for A161, and I think 12 submissions for A169. So basically, the activity I gave you was on the statement of Senator Cynthia Villar, wherein she questioned the allocation of research, particularly for research intended for agriculture. And she said that everybody is baliw na baliw sa research, no? And then when I looked at your answers, I posed 3 questions there. First is, what was your comment on her statement in the articles provided? And then I also ask you, how can research become irrelevant or not important to policymakers? And then third, I ask you, what is in the intended purpose of research. And then when I looked at your answers, I made a word cloud of the common answers. So for comments, you said that obviously, look at this one. So some of you said that this comment is unfair, but you also agree that there are differing perspectives in terms of research. In the case of Senator Villar, you said that she has a point in terms of budget. Research can be expensive. And then you also said that uh, although these are true, that research can be expensive and there's a question on the budget needed for it, you also recognize that research is necessary, especially because it's the starting point of finding new knowledge, and it's also a way to help farmers. Next is, let's go to the question on what makes research irrelevant or unimportant. So you said that research becomes irrelevant when it becomes too expensive. And you said that research also becomes irrelevant because some researches do not produce immediate actions or immediate effects. And also, you said that research becomes irrelevant when it's not effectively implemented or when it's not applied. Now let's go to the purpose of research. You said that research is basically there to inform useful actions. And you said that research is there to provide new answers, innovate the process, and when it's applied, it can give concrete solutions. So, what are the insights that we can gain from the activity? So basically, there's a gap in connecting research and connecting it to the real world through utilization. And we hope that once you do your research when you are in fourth year, you will be making researches which are applicable, which are effectively implemented, and which can be used to inform actions. Okay? Now let's go to the overview of your course. So Socio 130A, or Quantitative Research Method, focuses on the understanding of how social scientists and scholars in the various disciplines analyze, interpret, and make sense of the social world. It prepares the student to understand materials and issues associated with, but not limited to, the logic of the scientific method, design, research ethics, and statistical analysis of data. The course intends to provide groundwork from which the students may use the competencies that they will learn in this course, most especially in their thesis writing in their final year of study. So let me be clear, this is not yet your thesis writing. Huh? Is that clear? Oh,
Yes,
dili pa
ma'am.
ninyo ang thesis writing. Kaya ngayon yung thesis writing na pa man sa fourth year. This is basically to introduce to you the methods of research which you can use when you do your thesis by next year. So if I am correct, if I remember it correctly, one Socio 130 is A and B. So this SEM, you will have quantitative methods of research, and the next SEM, do quali methods of
Okay.
research. So what's the difference between the two out in this course? Now let's go to your course outcomes. So number one, you have to, at the end of the course, you are expected to illustrate the significance of the scientific process in the social sciences. Course outcome number two, demonstrate proficiency in the use of selected research methods and tools. Course outcome three, produce the preliminary parts of a research paper that includes the review of literature, problem statement, and of course, following the APA format. And course outcome number four, you have to design a quantitative research proposal based on your discipline, which is, of course, sociology. So you might be wondering, ano man nga social science man ang atong ginagamit nga framework, because basically socio is a social science, right? So that's your course outcomes. Next, let's go to your deliverables, and this is very important. So basically, what you are supposed to submit in this course is a research proposal. Okay, the research proposal has actually these components. First, you have the problem that includes the introduction, the gap in the research objectives, etc. Number two, you have the literature review. And then third, you have the methodology. In this particular course, you will be using quantitative methods. And as a special part, of course, you have to be able to use the proper format of technical writing when you produce your research proposal. Okay, so in order for us, or in order for you to accomplish or to complete your major final output, I will be providing you worksheets per topic. So kini siya, kining blue, these are the units. So notice nga you have 4 units only. And then for each unit, there is a worksheet. Except for unit 1, the problem, you only have 1 worksheet per, what do you call that, per unit. Okay? So, actually, mo na ni ang sulod sa inyong module, all 4. First, unit on how to create a research problem. That's a problem. Next, a unit on literature review, and then a unit on methodology, and then a unit on format. So throughout the course, as you are answering the worksheets, you are also formulating your research proposal. Okay. Now look at the bottom part here. So I identified which part of the deliverables are done individually and by pair. So if you notice, ang inyong research proposal is done by what? By
By pair, ma'am.
proposal is mandatorily by pair. Pero should you want to do it individually, okay rapod. Pero by pair na ang maximum, dili na pwede mo sobra o pair. Ha? So only 2 members in a group. And then I would suggest that you pair with someone you can work with throughout the entire semester easily. Even you can work with this person while following protocol. So maybe you can choose somebody nga inyong silingan or somebody nga dool ra sa inyo ha. And most especially somebody nga pwede ninyo matawagan or ma-chat. Because as much as you want to have face-to-face conversation with your pair, that's actually prohibited. So all conversations can be done or coordination can be calling, texting, or messenger. So you have to select the partner wherein convenient o mas dali sa inyo ha ang pag-istorya about sa inyong proposal. Okay? Now, even if your research proposal and your unit outputs are done by pair, all worksheets are done individually. Okay? So, na mo individual nga tasks, na din mo by pair nga tasks. So, later on, you will find in our Google Classroom, the format would be reading material, and then worksheet, and then unit output. So, pag magsabit mo unit output, pwede ra, isa ra sa inyo ha ang mag-submit. Okay, by pair man siya. Okay? Now, question so far. Kasi ito ng grading system before we go to questions. So for your grading system, as I mentioned in the orientation for this semester on flexible learning, there are no midterm exam and final term exam. Inani ang breakdown sa inyong grades. So 40% of your entire grade would be on the quality of your research proposal. Okay? And then 60% would be your unit outputs and your worksheets. Is that clear? So
Yes,
questions so far. Ano nga part?
None, ma'am.
None? None so
None,
far? Sige, basta
Yes,
question. Wala, none so far. Pwede po mag-react po niya, ha? Sige. So if there are no questions, let's proceed to the next slide. So for the learning modality, so we already have our Google Classroom and our, what you call this, Facebook group. Okay, kids naman ang kindly mute your mic. Sige, mute sa, very good. So again, so for our learning modality, we have Google Classroom and we also have Facebook group. Now, why do we use Google Classroom instead of email? Google Classroom has features that helps you check on the required readings and submissions at one time. So, notice nga, so Google Classroom, it's already arranged per topic. So, it's not siya din sa inyo compared to email. And then students are notified when the instructor has posted something in class. The notification goes directly to the email you registered to join the class. So I noticed that some students joined the Google Classbook so.edu.ph is you would always have to ask permission to access the files. So mas maayo kung inyong gamiton is katong inyong .bookso.edu nga email. Okay, and then the instructor can also readily give feedback to the students, such as send comments, make corrections, or grade assignments in the Google Classroom. And then your Google Classroom basically has the same requirement as the PDF plus email modality. All it needs is internet access. Now, next is why Google Classroom instead of submitting assignments in an FB group. So, ma'am, na naman tayo FB group, nganong mag-Google Classroom pa man? Well, in Google Classroom, there's more privacy because once you submit an assignment, only I can see it, unlike in FB group. So in FB, if you submit your assignment there, everybody in the group can access.
Oh.
And when you submit ahead of time, most likely some of the answers that you had will be copied by your classmates. So mas maayo nga dito ta mag-submit sa Google Classroom. You can submit assignments or coursework ahead of time without having to worry that some of your answers might be plagiarized. Now, before we go to the schedule, there were some of you who chose the printed modality.
I printed.
And then I think I have called most of you who chose the printed and explained that the printed modules will take some delays for us to process. So kung mag-printed mo, madugay ang inyong pag-receive sa modules, that would also cost time in terms of you submitting your requirements. So ako na naipakita ang time frame para makita ninyo nga kung mag-printed mo, medyo lisod. So for September, kining mga yellow na kung highlight mo rin ang time that we would actually meet online. So notice nga upat lang. So that's basically once a month except for October nga twice. And then for you will do your writing and consultation. So for September, we already have the class orientation that's today via Google Meet. And then September 16, that's Wednesday, I will upload Unit 1 and Unit 2 in our Google Classroom. By October 5, we will have a monitoring activity via Google Meet. So mag-meet online again by October 5 because we will talk about Unit 1 and Unit 2. So I hope by this time, by October 5, inyo na po na siyang nabasa. For October 6 to 9, that would be the consultation for problem and review of related literature. Remember that every worksheet that you have in Unit 1 and Unit 2 and every unit output will lead you to writing your own problem and review of related literature. That's why by October 6 to 9, pwede na mag-consultation for problem and review of related literature. By October 12, I will be uploading Unit 3 and 4 in Google Classroom. Initially, I thought upload na lang tanan ako tanan, no? Pero I realized nga basin overwhelm mo nga wala pa mo na kayo sa inyong problem, wala peer review related literature, masyakira mo, so tinagsaon na lang nato. No?
Lagi, ma'am.
So that's why,
Yes,
kasi
ma'am.
na-shock mo nga methodology na ba, po may problem, so ato na lang tagsa-tagsaon. No?
Lagi good,
So
ma'am.
that's why the uploading for Unit 3 and 4 would be October 12. And then October 30, we will meet again via Google Meet so that we can have discussions on your Unit 3 and Unit 4. By November 6 to 13, we will have the consultation for methodology. So, expected man nga sa October, at least nabalay na inyong problem o review of related literature. So pag-abot sa November, ato na pong balayon inyong methodology. And then, November 20, that would be the submission of your first draft of your research proposal. First draft na siya. December 7 to 9, consultation and revision of your paper. And then December 16 would be the submission of your final paper. And December 18 would be your online research proposal presentation. So by December 18, I would be inviting your teachers in sociology to have a look at your research proposals. So muna siya nga akong concern if mag-printed modules mo, kung mabot siya sometime in October, medyo maulahin na gid mo, no?
Madugay-dugayan pa.
Madugay-dugayan pa. And then, you know, in research, time is of the essence. You need time to write your paper. Ano siya. Now, ito na ba ang mode of submission? I told you first in the guidelines that you can actually submit, pwede man lump sum at December. Ang akong problem, kung December na mo mag-pass tanan, December na mo mag-pass sa inyong problem, review related literature methodology, I would have no time to check it. And I will not have no time to tell you what you can improve. Kung December na mo mag-submit, it's as good as a final paper. That's why I would encourage you to submit, follow our schedule. And besides, there are some like unit outputs nga by pair man ang pag-submit. So you can just assign your pair to do the submitting for you. So, muna siya nga, I would suggest that you submit ani nga per month inyong submission kay para dili siya matipon og dili siya mag-backlog sa inyo ha. Considering that how many subjects do you have this semester? 8?
7,
8. 7, 8.
8, ma'am.
Imagine ninyo ang 8 ka buok kunya December na mo tanan mag-submit.
5 pa yun ka major.
Gani. So you have to, that's the problem. Kung inyo na siyang tipukon by December, kini, this takes time. So I would suggest, hinahinayan nato siya. Let's eat the elephant piece by piece. So you submit every month para mas dali. Okay? Question so far?
Much better.
Ma'am, kanang ako'y ask, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Kanang sa kuan man ba sa by per sa research kanang sa kuan lang yun, ma'am, section lang yun or pwede sa line section mag-uban ano?
Sa inyo lang section kay lisod kayo pag-record na ako.
Lagi po, sige ma'am.
You get to know your classmates. Sige, what else? Question so far?
Sige ma'am.
Ma'am, nalang may...
Sige, go. Questions and concerns. Ano man? Yes? Stop shares anak ko, ha? Sige, question so far.
Ma'am, about sa docyo, sa mga call, ito mga PDF, pwede, pwede document lang, document lang ang mga makuhan. Ma-receive.
Document
kung PDF mo, ma'am, i-convert to na, sa mga call, ba? Kada mga worksheets, ma'am, mga worksheets, mga activities.
Yes, ang worksheets would be in Microsoft Word para inyo ra siyang ma-edit.
Yes, ma'am, kay kung PDF mo gud mo
maglisod pag-edit. Maglisod pag-edit sa PDF, ma'am.
ang worksheets ninyo would be in MS Word. Pero ang inyong reading material would be in PDF. Kaya nga
Pero na
naman,
ma'am, nga na ma'am.
Kai, I know that you would copy-paste it in your worksheet. Para di mo ka-copy-paste. So inyo harang
You have your
worksheet.
point, ma'am.
I know. Right?
Okay na.
Sige, ano pa?
Ma'am,
Questions
gikan
so
ba ka
far?
dra, ma'am?
Ma'am, dili man ay kanang kon ma'am ba dili compatible sa phone ang document sa mo ma'am.
How about screenshot? Screenshot na lang.
Ay, ma'am.
Saman.
Ano ka na?
Hey, wait sa. Before kang Hazel, dito sa kang, kisa tong dili
Simpanado,
compatible gani.
simpanado.
Si empanado,
Oh.
ma'am.
Oh,
Empanado.
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 What do you mean dili siya compatible?
Kanang coach ma'am ba magbalik ka din sa
Mag.
balik ka
Wala
din
man.
sa yun.
Ha? Choppy.
Ginawa yung signal.
Ano na lang?
Choppy.
I-message na lang ko Miss Empanado.
Okay.
So that we can look at how you will submit. Sige, what else? Wala na? Shall we proceed? So, klaro sa inyo nga ang inyong research proposal is by pair.
Okay,
Dayon,
ma'am.
ang unit outputs, don't worry, kaya ako na siyang i-label sa inyong Google Classroom. Ang unit output is also by pair. Kaya mo man na siya ang pagsulat yun ninyo sa parts of paper. Ang worksheets would be done individually. Okay?
Okay.
And then, again, if possible, makasubmit mo every month. Okay, para dili matipok ang inyong mga requirements.
Lagi.
Okay?
Mataranta.
Sige, let's go back to the... Okay na? Wala may questions pa so far?
Wala na, ma'am.
Sige,
Sige, ma'am.
atong tiwason. Sige, so nahuman naman tayo ng dates and activities. I will post this one on our FB group as well. Now, let's go to... expect na kung may nani mo karang semester.
Read right.
Pero I hope maligo po mo pa nalagsa.
Wala, naligo,
Ay,
ma'am.
grabe.
Sa'yo kayo naligo, ma'am.
Sige,
Grant,
next.
ligo na grant.
Sige, let's now go to your etiquette, no? So, walang di na-resolve sa masinsinang usapan. So, the best way to make this flexible learning environment work is to talk to me. I am willing to listen to you and make the necessary adjustments when it's also kanang wala na gito mabuhat lain ba. So, I can adjust. At the same time, you should also adjust. Let's meet halfway. Now, unfortunately, I am not a call center agency, so I cannot be available 24/7. There are some students who would text at 12 midnight, at 1 a.m., or they would send messages in the wee hours of the morning. So, I cannot attend to those during those hours. You may message me through FB or through our Google Classroom or send an email or contact me through my mobile number, but only during our class schedule because I am most available during our class schedule. Okay? If you miss to send a message during our class schedule, you may contact me during office hours. That's 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Okay? Please take note also that I cannot attend to your queries immediately. So, hintay-hintay lang. Kaya, di ba, even true love waits. So, you also have to wait.
Yeah.
Sige. Now, when you do send a message, kindly practice proper etiquette. So you introduce yourself, you state your full name, your section code, and your subject so that I cannot confuse you with my other students. I have 8 sections this semester, and if you don't tell me what your subject is or what section you are in, I might confuse you with others. Now, when you have to call, please do send the message first. So you text me, ma'am, can I call? Okay. Next, finally, you're absolutely prohibited to give out my contact details without my permission because this is in compliance with the data privacy law. And in the same way, I would not be giving out your contact details to others without your consent unless it is an emergency. So, ina na lang, if you have concerns, you may text, but during, ayun po kayo ng mga kadlawon mo mag-text, no? O kadlawon mo mag-message because I cannot attend to that. Okay? Sige. Now, the protocol for feedback. Now, in the university, we welcome your feedback because that's the only way we can improve our services. However, please do remember that there's a protocol in the feedback system of the university. If you send a feedback, you do it first by sending it to me. So you tell me your concerns so that we can discuss it and, come to a compromise. If that doesn't work, you may request the chairperson, Mr. Coligado, to handle the situation. If the issue is not resolved by the chairperson, then it can be elevated to the dean. Once it is not yet solved, the issue may be given attention by the VPAA. So please remember nga ang hierarchy. You have to give your feedback or concerns to me first before you go directly to the VPAA. Ha? So na siya hierarchy. You tell me first, then if we can find a solution, we go to the chairperson and then to the dean and then to the VPAA. Okay, is that clear? Sige. Next. I think mora to. So that's it. Do you have any other concerns? Wala naman siguro. Okay na ko. Sige, now it's your time. Do you have questions or concerns? Questions, clarifications, and violent reactions. Sige. Questions? Okay na? Klaro na ang tanan? Sa paman. Nag-meet na mo sa inyong other classes?
Wala pa, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Tingnan mo.
Sa imuha pag yun.
O ba? Ako the first honor. Yes.
Yeah, ikaw yung first.
Ikaw nga, ma'am.
Special kay ka, ma'am.
Kakaya
Special
naman.
kay ka.
Charot. Special child. So, I will upload this in I will upload the recording of this orientation in our Google Classroom so that those who are not around can review.
Hey, ma'am.
Pwede, ma'am. Pwede.
Okay na mo? Questions?
Ma'am, okay na ma'am.
So, mag-upload ko sa inyong Unit 1 and Unit 2 sa Wednesday. And then, I hope by that time, maka-decide na mo pinsa inyong pair.
Sige, ma'am.
Sige, ma'am.
Ang inyong gitak na nga maging pair. Okay na? Sige, mag-screenshot sa ako pang Facebook.
Thank you so much.
Mag-Facebook.
Sige, thank you, ma'am.
I will do a
Hi,
screenshot
guys.
first.
Smile sa mo, guys.
For your
Smile sa mo.
attendance.
Smile sa mo.
Okay, smile.
Kami, ma'am.
Sige, smile.
Sige, you may turn on your video. Charot.
Okay, turn on mo.
Okay,
Turn on.
first slide. 1, 2, 3, smile. Smile lang mo, ha? Okay, let's go to the next sheet. Wait, saan ako pag next?
Ay.
Wait lang.
Nakita ko din. Ha?
Lang ha.
Hindi ka nakita ko din, ha? Oo.
Kita ka dira.
Ay, gamit ka. Kailangan mo,
Ano
Eric.
man ang uban?
Birthday.
Wait lang.
Joke. Balag, way ligo. Basta nila absent.
Hoy, ligo na lagi, gran.
Ah.
Ligo
Mo
na,
lagi.
gran.
Ang bully din.
Wait
Hindi
lang
mo po
ha.
nakaligo.
O, ikaw yung ingon, wala kayo ligo.
And then, kadyo tsaka ako
Pwede
mo
man, ganyan na
ginapang,
rin mo panungog.
ginapang screenshot ang kanan. Why can't I, ano?
Nag-expect yun ko mamay nga psychology ka nga teacher na mo.
Naday mo yung psych gapon nga subject?
Yes, social psychology, ma'am.
At
Abigin akong
this
ikaw.
semester po.
Abigin akong ikaw among
Butang
social
magaling pagka sa
psychology.
research.
Kay psychology ba yan?
Oh man, murag sa research, hindi ko gibutang.
Lagi ako.
Sige, I think that's all.
Sige, ma'am.
Wala na
Salamat.
po ng
Sige, ma'am. Ma'am.
Thank you.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you kay ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everything.
Kakakita ka.
Ina sabi nga, nakamit